Hey everybody, this is Jamie Stillman with Team Stillman Mortgage, and today in studio we have a good friend of mine, an excellent real estate agent that I've known for quite a long time, and I think you're going to love hearing some of her insights on what's going on in the market, what's going on with family, and just everything in general. And that is Kasie Nunley. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell me just a little bit about who you are, where you're from, what you do, all that fun stuff.
So I live in Murfreesboro, but I cover all of Middle Tennessee. I'm originally from Michigan, and I come from a long line of real estate. When my parents do residential appraisals.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
I come from a long line of the real estate industry, and they bought the business when I was 8 years old.
Wow.
So it's all I've ever known. And then I moved to Tennessee. I thought I wanted to be a high school biology teacher.
Oh, wow.
And decided that real estate was kind of more along the lines, maybe because it was familiar for me. But I really enjoyed pricing properties, coming up with ARVs, what I thought we could list it for, and that's where my passion lied.
Yeah. Now, did you start out doing appraisals or anything with the family business, or jump straight into real estate?
So I did have my limited appraiser's license in the state of Michigan. But when I moved to Tennessee, you have to log so many hours.
Yeah.
And the appraiser has to be within so many miles. My parents were still in Michigan, and I didn't keep up with logging my hours, so I let that lapse. Then I got into property management.
Okay.
And then got my real estate license.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you work independent, or who do you work for currently?
Yeah, I'm with a company called Cord Real Estate. We're a small boutique brokerage based in Nashville. Before that, I was with Coldwell Banker, so kind of seen both worlds.
Yeah, yeah.
But I love my small little boutique brokerage.
Yeah.
I love my Cord family. They're really great.
What are some of the things you think that make that kind of a good fit for you, and differences in the two things to fit each person?
The name recognition, I guess, of Coldwell Banker, it was always nice to have. But as I grew my business, that name wasn't as important.
Yeah.
Because people knew and grew to trust me, not the company that I was with. So it didn't really matter where I was at. And so then I moved to Cord, and Ashley, my broker, is a fellow Michigander.
Oh, wow.
So
there you go.
we connected on that. And honestly, we're just such a family.
Yeah.
It's smaller. And we just all get along. We have fun.
Yeah.
And it's a good time.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think once you're in this business, whether it's mortgages, real estate, insurance, title, all that kind of stuff, it goes to like the whole thing of like people do business who they know, like, and trust.
Exactly.
So, I'm really big Team Stillman Mortgage at CMG Home Loans. CMG does have a big name for itself, but hopefully my clients are working with me. That's who they want to work with,
Nope.
So
I get that for sure.
yeah. Now you said about Michigan, I have to ask, I think I remember some posts a while back, but y'all aren't a big blue family, are you?
Go green.
Go green. Y'all are big Michigan State people, right?
Well, my sister's the only odd one out.
Oh, really? Okay.
But go green.
Gotcha. Any alumni, or just being from there, you got to pick one or the other?
No, I think just being from there, you got to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Since I have moved to Tennessee, I am a little bit more go all Michigan teams.
Okay.
I mean, you got to cheer on your home team.
Yeah.
Although I've been here for 13 years, so it's growing.
Yeah.
It's about to be home, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so you just got to pick.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Tennessee. I've been a Vanderbilt fan all my life, which is really tough generally during football season. This year, not so much. It's gone good so far.
Yeah.
But I've also lived here my whole life and been a Tennessee hater. And I'm going to Neyland Stadium actually this weekend for the first time ever to go to a game there with some buddies. So I'm, the biggest Vanderbilt fan in the world is going to step into a home game at Tennessee and kind of experience what everybody talks about with the, 108,000 people or however much. So
honestly, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
It's one of the first things that I did when I moved here. And I've been to a lot of games.
Yeah.
Been to the big house.
Okay.
But, when you walk into the stadium over at UT, there's just nothing. I don't know. There's nothing like it.
Really?
Yeah. You're going to have a great time.
That's good to hear from somebody that's not a diehard Tennessee fan. Because
Yes.
I'm just like, yeah, of course it's the best stadium in the world because that's your team. So
Yep.
it's good to hear.
No. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
just the sounds and the energy and just it's a great time.
Yeah. So how does your family, I just thought this in my head, kind of like, having a family of appraisers, how does that come into play with, you being a real estate agent? Do you use them as a resource or learn from, that kind of stuff? Probably is like a great thing to have somebody to ask questions to, especially when you're new, probably.
Yeah, no, for sure. My parents, they're great. And my sister actually just became a licensed appraiser too. Wow. So they are running their company.
Yeah.
But it's just nice. Not that I talk to them about homes directly.
Sure.
But to get their insight, talk about the market, what they're seeing with the market data. Yeah. It's just some really great, valuable insight that I don't think a lot of other agents have.
Yeah.
Because they're not talking to appraisers on a daily basis about what's happening in the market.
Yeah. Usually once or twice a year, I do an Ask an Appraiser class, and your mom's came out and done that class for us as well. And agents always come and they always have tons of questions. So not specific about anybody's home, but I think, that kind of resource of kind of like, what do you see and where value is at? Every agent out there would love to have an appraiser they could talk to on a regular basis and just say, what do you see and what's going on out there?
Yeah, it's very valuable, I feel.
Yeah.
Although I've gotten pretty good at doing everything on my own. I've been doing this for 12 years now, going on 12 years.
Wow.
So I've grown a lot.
Yeah.
Learned a lot, and it's just second nature now these days.
So tell me a little bit. I know you talked about mom and dad and everybody, but I think you have a little shadow that follows you around.
I do. I have a 10-year-old daughter named Brooklyn, and she is the light of my life, definitely.
As she should be.
Although she's getting her little sassy attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know where she gets it from, though.
No idea.
No idea. But she's a true blessing. We're in the cheer world these days.
Okay.
We traded in some dance shoes for some cheer tennis shoes.
Yeah.
It's been a different world, but she loves it. Honestly, she's excelled at it. She's doing stunts. They have their first competition next weekend. So I'm super pumped for her.
So I only know a couple of the words because I was a cheer dad for a while. But so is she like a flyer? Or is that older when they start to count?
No, yeah. So she is not typically a flyer.
Okay.
In one of the routines, she does do a flying stunt, but no, she's more of the base.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
And she holds a sign.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has the R for Rockville.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So we did Stacy, when we first got together 16 years ago, she owned a dance studio in the Knoxville area. So in East Tennessee. And then, so she did ballet and tap all growing up. And then she owned a studio and she was there before we got, we lifetime known each other, but got together and got married. And so she owned the dance studio. So Gabby and Willa both danced a whole lot, and then through middle school Gabby became cheer, so she started cheering, and then we did like high school competitions, went to nationals at Disney, all that kind of fun stuff. So I got the really cool pleasure of being a cheer dad, cheer stepdad, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to take anything away from anybody, but
right
it was a lot of fun, and she really went from the dance world to the cheer world and loved it, and did a little bit in college. She was always real academically driven, so she didn't want to do both after a year in college. She kind of made the move, but it was so much fun through middle school and high school doing the cheer stuff and all the comps and all that stuff. I'm
excited to see where it leads because I personally I like dance. I love watching her dance, but she never loved it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, it's her life. It's what she wants to do. So I'm here for this cheer mom world.
If you love the dance, then it's different because dance and cheer are not the same thing.
No,
because Stacy would watch the cheer routines and be like, it's exciting and stuff, but she's that's not technically, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. She's like, not criticizing, but it's different.
Just so tight. Like, all the movements are tight, where dance is, I'm keep hitting this thing, where dance is just flowy. It flows. And I just think it's beautiful to watch them flow on stage in their outfits, and with cheer it's so uniform. Now
because she doesn't have a studio anymore, obviously, do you get into some of the dance shows? Like, she started watching Dancing with the Stars recently. And it gives her like a little bit of insight to, film the whole dance stuff. And she likes seeing all the routines and the outfits. Do you take any of that stuff in or not really?
So she got really into Dance Moms for a little while.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit, seen a little bit of that.
Yeah, with Abby.
Yeah.
I think that's her name.
Yeah, there's a little drama on that show. So
yeah, just a little. And she's like, these moms. I'm like, yes, those moms.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a reigning endorsement for it, right? You watch that show and you're like, I don't know if I want my kid to dance right now.
Yeah, no. Well, and all the criticism, like Abby is a very intense instructor.
Yeah.
So she doesn't put it lightly to them. And they're young,
Yeah.
It's very impressionable.
Yeah.
The way that they're being spoken to. So
yeah.
I'm glad Brooklyn never had that.
So you're okay being a cheer mom so far?
So far, yeah. It's been good. And she's doing great. Yeah. With it. So seeing her from where she started, because she missed like the first 2 weeks of practices being out of town, and to see where she was to where she is now. I mean, even some of the moms yesterday when I was picking her up, they're like, Brooklyn's doing so well. Like she really picked it up. Yeah. I was like, I know. I'm so proud of her.
There's nothing like watching your kids do stuff. I mean, like I have grown kids now and starting to have little grandbabies, but there's nothing like watching your kids do their stuff. Like, I mean, I got to watch baseball for a few years while Baylor was playing through college and stuff. And it's just the coolest thing in the world. I mean, like I know. And it was all the stuff we did. Like you said, she's 10 right now. She'll be 20 before you know it. I know your parents and everybody else tells you that and you're like, okay. But I mean, it's so fast. Like I have, Baylor that I'm talking about playing baseball. It seems like he was playing Little League the other day and he's 27 and like working, engaged to be married, like living a life. And I'm like, oh,
when did this happen?
How did that happen so fast? Like I was just sitting in the stands watching him play ball all the time. So it's fast, but
sometimes I wish, especially since mine is a young 10-year-old in today's society, I wish she could just see herself through my eyes, like my lens, and just like how valuable and worthy she is. But moms are always wrong.
What do moms know?
We don't.
They try. Yeah. Kids know everything though. They learn it all. I mean, if they go to school anywhere, they know how it all works. And you can't relate because you never were that age. You don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, yesterday I was informed that I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah.
But
pretty sure I've gone through that. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll go with your theory of I don't understand. Exactly. That's exactly it. Well, jumping back to real estate a little bit, what is some of your favorite parts about being a real estate agent? What do you enjoy the most?
Yeah. Well, I've shifted more to listings in the last couple of years because I work with an investor that keeps me pretty busy.
Yeah.
And we have a really great work dynamic and structure. Our little family, he has a general contractor, me and him, and then his wife is very involved in it as well. So that's kind of shifted to listings more than working with buyers. I really enjoy putting the value on properties. Like, I don't know why. I'm more of the numbers. I like to see what the market's doing, how I can push the value. As a real estate agent, we want to try to push it, but I also have to think like an appraiser because most people are going to get a loan on the home.
Right. And
so I'm like, okay, where can we push it at? Where do I think I could make that difference up on an appraisal packet? Because I put an appraisal packet together on every single transaction. Doesn't matter whether it's $100,000 or $800,000. I always put one together.
Okay.
It pretty much has the same information. But I know what the underwriters are looking for. So not that I'm trying to do the appraiser's job, but I'm like, hey, I've bracketed everything for you. GLA, bed and bath count, lot size, age. Here you go.
Yeah. Here's a guide that should be really helpful.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And if it's been renovated, I put a reno scope of work done so they know exactly what was done to the home. Not that money equates value, but at least they can be like, oh, well, this has a new HVAC unit. This has a new roof. This has new windows. And so it allows them to be, the quality and condition adjustment is going to be different from a new home, but it still allows them to maybe push it in certain areas.
Gotcha.
So we can try to get our value.
Yeah.
So I've really enjoyed learning how to do that. And then I'll be honest, I still enjoy working with my first time home buyers.
Yeah.
I think there's something special about seeing someone buy their first home.
It's awesome.
And then, then you get the repeat and referral business, which is wonderful because it's like, man, you guys are coming back, and that means the world to me.
It's so cool.
It really is. But there's something special about that first time home buyer.
It's the greatest thing in what I do. It's a great feeling. And you were talking about, so, working with investors, that's a little bit different than a lot of people, what they do. So you sound like you have a lot to do with, figuring out, okay, they bought it for this. This is what they're doing to it. Where do we want to sell it at? So you're not the agent that's just like, hey, we got this listing, go stick a sign in the yard and try to market it a whole lot. It sounds like you're involved with your investors and kind of figuring out, is this a good investment? Yes. Is this something that we can make money off of?
Exactly. So we actually work together every Tuesday. I go out to Lewisburg with him and his wife. We work from 10 to 5 all day long. We check on properties. We look at different properties. We make sure everything's scheduled and buttoned up and all that kind of stuff. But he'll send me a property typically, and he's like, hey, I got this deal from a wholesaler or whatever, because there's a lot of times I'm not on the front end.
Right.
And so he'll be like, hey, I got this deal from this wholesaler. What do you think if we fix it up, we could sell it for? Okay. Yeah. And then I give him a value. He typically inspects the property, comes up with his construction budget, and puts a number together for them. It was obviously, in the last couple of years, it was easier to push the value because the market was different. But now we're being very conservative with that. So we're not getting as many deals as we were, but I think we're also not seeing what some other investors are, where we're just buying things to buy things and hoping they sell.
Buying and holding, and we'll figure it out.
No. That's not him. So
that's cool. I don't think a lot of people realize how that kind of works. And I think so many people don't realize, if you're an integral part of it, how much work goes into that. I think there's still a big misconception, like, even on TikTok and stuff, of like, oh, you go find this great deal, you put some paint and carpet in, and you can sell it for $80,000 more than you bought it for. And it's just like, whether it's a seasoned investor or you're trying to buy your first property to flip, there's so much more that goes into it, and trying to make sure you because I think everybody says money's made on the buy. So if you go into something and you make a bad buy, it's really hard to get back out of it.
It is. Yes. And not that there haven't been some bad buys throughout the process. I mean, we've probably sold over 60 homes together.
Oh, wow. That's a big relationship.
It is. And we actually just had a meeting with the general contractor, his wife and I, about like what the next couple years are going to look like. So I will say that I think that that's an important part of why we work so well together, is just due to the fact that relationship is established. Yeah. Because it is a lot of work on the front end for not guaranteed pay. I mean, there's a lot of times where I'm running numbers on properties we'll never get. Sure. And a lot of agents don't want to put in that work unless they know they're going to get something on the back end. So I understand that, but sometimes you have to do the work in order to get the reward. Yeah, that's kind of one of the things that's missed on social media and TV shows and all that kind of stuff, is like, that deal went really good and everybody got it paid, and that's that's great. But like, how many deals never closed that you spend, that you show somebody 20 homes, you do all that kind of stuff. And we do the same thing. I run numbers day in and day out. I answer questions all day long and all night, and not all of that. I can't say I spent the day working on this, so I'm going to get paid this tomorrow. Exactly. It's just like, sometimes you have a run where a lot of things go good and a lot of things close, and other times you're like, what? Is anything going to work out? Like, I've gone this far with this many different things, and none of it's closed. None of it's panned out. Yeah. So I had 4 deals fall apart in July that were supposed to close between July and August. Yeah. And the 2 of them were under contract since like January. Wow. So, because they were new construction. Yeah. And, and that's what a lot of people don't see, is they see the end, the reward. They see the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. But they don't see all the work that's gone in prior to that. Sure. Closing or reward. That happy day that everybody posts about. That's the stuff. But not every day do we take time to post, man, today was really disappointing. I had a first time home buyer that I thought was going to be able to get a house, and now this has happened, and they're going to have to put it on hold for a year or whatever. We're not posting that and tagging them in it and saying, check this out. Yeah. It's only on the good stuff. So exactly. There's a lot of work. I do want to ask Brian, my investor, if sometimes I can be like, can we post some of like the crap that we go through and we see? Because I don't think most people would believe what we see in a daily basis. You need a reality show and just follow you around, follow Brian around, and just, show everything. I don't think people would believe some of the conversations we have. Yeah. It's wild. Some of the things that I get asked, or some of the things that we do, and we're like,
and I've been doing this a long time. I feel like pretty seasoned, but stuff will come up and I'll be like, I have never ran into that before. And you're like, how could you never have ran into something? But it happens all the time.
It does.
And I'm calling our senior underwriter and sometimes she'll say, like, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look that up, or I'm going to have to call the agency on that, like call FHA and talk to them and that kind of stuff. So even though it seems like we do the same thing day in and day out, it's all different because every person's different, job situations, why people are moving. So like you've got houses that you're trying to sell to people who may be moving from another state, maybe moving just down the road, may have all kinds of reasons they want a single level, or they want, whatever the case is. And you're trying to fit all of those wants and needs and go, I've got this property that'll work for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's so much more work than people think of just like, hey, we find a house and go, isn't it pretty? It's in a great school zone and now you own it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot more that goes into it.
Yeah. So I know we've got a chance to work together over the years. And just, is there anything that you've found with working with our team, the times that we have got the opportunity to work together, that you've enjoyed, or, anything that you can say about what we try to do here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I personally used you on purchasing my personal home, and it was a great experience. I mean, you guys collected the documents, and I don't want to say I wasn't bothered ever. I mean, as things were needed, but honestly, you guys were really on top of collecting everything up front. So throughout the process, you guys didn't really need much from me, which is kind of great because between the agents and the lender and getting homeowners insurance and making sure you have this, that, and the other, home inspections, appraisals. I mean, the buyers are super overwhelmed.
Yeah. It's funny. You just said those couple things. Think about all that stuff.
Yeah.
We were talking about it's not that easy. Think about all those people that have a part of it.
Yes. And it's all like right at the beginning. And so the buyers are like, what did I just do?
Yeah. What is earnest money? When do I get insurance?
Yeah. When do I have to do all this stuff by?
Yeah. And the inspection. And like, I used to get the question all the time, not as much anymore because there's more information out there, but I used to get like, why do I need an inspection and an appraisal? What's the difference? What's an appraisal? What's a home inspection? What's the cost on them? Why do I need both? And then we went through like COVID, where people were waiving inspections and buying houses without even walking through them, to like back to a time now where we're like, get a home inspection and like,
please.
Whatever you're buying, you want it, you want some peace of mind. And then you've got, your job as somebody does a home inspection, trying to sit down with them and kind of walk through that and go, I know this is a 48-page document, but this inspection is great. And people look at you like, how can 48 pages?
I saw one the other day that was 147. So
I think it overwhelms people so much. But like the inspector's job is to point stuff out.
It is.
But everything that's pointed out doesn't mean your house is falling apart.
Exactly. And I think that's important with building relationships with vendors too, is, finding home inspectors or different companies that let the buyer know, hey, I have to put all this in here, but that doesn't mean that like run from the house.
Right.
And a lot of them these days will put like a summary and put like the highlighted stuff that's wrong with the house in there. So it's easier to go through. And I always, I'm like, if there's cosmetic things, maybe let's not worry about those. Let's worry about the major mechanics of the home. Yeah. Like the expensive things. You can fix the cosmetic stuff over time.
Yeah.
But
totally.
These major things, let's worry about those.
Yeah. I bet working from, an early stage with an investor as well, when you go to list that property, you probably are able to list a lot of the features or stuff that you guys have done, where if you're just coming into a seller, you're having to say, kind of tell me what you've done around here. You probably have a huge advantage because you were part of seeing what all was done to make this newly renovated home ready to go.
Yes. Yes, that is important. I also do on my listings for existing homes, I have like a seller's upgrade list, and I try to send that to them when I do the listing agreement, so that way they can let me know the things that they've done. Like, have you updated the roof? Or replaced the roof? Have you replaced the HVAC unit? When's the last time it was serviced? Yeah. Just little things that a buyer might want to know, especially on the major components. Yeah. Because those things matter. Like, I just replaced my windows in my house because they were from 1987.
Yep. And I think that stuff's so important for buyers today to keep documentation and keep what they're doing, because I mean, look at what's happened with the insurance industry over the last couple of years. I mean, you say the word roofs and it's like, man, it, they want to know the life of that roof. And if it's too old, they're not going to insure it at all. I mean, we've had deals where people have shopped insurance with 10 companies and they can't get it over a roof, or they want to know, is it replacement cost? Is it, not to do an insurance seminar, but there's so many questions now where it's really, really important to know. You can't just go, it's fairly new, we're fine. Right. They've really gotten critical on that stuff, and insurance is very, very expensive.
It is.
I'm making up numbers here, but I think, years ago you could get a roof replaced for $7,000 or $8,000. Now there's $25,000 and $30,000 roofs, depending on the arcs and the peaks. And
the pitch and the size. And yes.
So insurance agents and insurance companies aren't wanting to write $30,000 checks for little bitty premium. And I know it's all risk-based and all that kind of stuff, but all that stuff comes into it. Like you said, you want to know the life of the HVAC. You want to know all that kind of stuff so people know what they're getting into.
Yes.
It's really important. But I think that probably gives you a huge advantage, being able to say, I know this was replaced. I know this was whatever. And, so it's
also been an advantage on the buy side of things, because I've walked numerous properties with my investor, and we have a whole checklist that we go off of.
Okay. And
we take measurements of the room and what it needs, what it doesn't need, that sort of stuff. And so when I walk through with buyers, I'm looking where they're not looking. And I'm like, hey, did you guys notice that up there? Like, it may be nothing, but if you like this house, we'll want to make sure that like the inspector notes that or checks that out or whatever the case may be. So I can look at things with a different eye than obviously the buyers do. Yeah. But then with the experience that I've had noticing the investor work on some of these houses, you wouldn't believe some of these houses I've gone into.
You have to use the word investor really loosely.
I'm like, what is this house? Yeah. But yeah, it's really been helpful on the buy side too.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. That's really cool. One thing I wanted to make sure I asked you about, because you were talking about family and everything, and your family is very special to me, because we talk about our community and projects that we do. And of course, Give Life for Ryan, blood drive that I do every year in memory of my son. If you wouldn't mind just telling a little bit about the first time y'all came and some of the stuff your family does in relation to that, because it means a lot to me and my family.
Yeah. I don't even remember what year it was now, but my parents moved to Tennessee, and my cousin and her husband moved to Tennessee, and we go every year to the blood drive. I think I missed 1 year, but they've all gone.
Yeah.
And we donate blood. And what we do outside of that is, we've been better in years previous, but we try to donate, I think it's every 8 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we go as a family. And we time each other.
Yeah.
And
that's
whoever,
the fun part.
That is the fun part, because it's usually between my sister and I who wins.
Yeah.
And whoever loses has to buy lunch or
awesome.
dinner or whatever the case may be, or just have a good time. But a lot of people think when you look, I hate needles. I really do. But the way that I look at it for myself is, I think about the kids that have cancer, and I'm sure they're terrified of needles.
Sure.
And they're being poked and prodded and all these things. I could get super emotional talking about this, but they're getting poked and prodded.
Yeah.
To handle something that a child should never have to go through.
Exactly.
And if they can handle going through that, I can handle the inconvenience of donating blood. And to be honest with you, from start to finish, it's maybe 20 minutes. Yeah. You go, you fill out the paperwork. They don't even poke your finger anymore, just so you know.
Love that part.
Yeah. And then you donate blood. And literally the last time I donated, I was done in 4 minutes.
That's phenomenal. I mean, yeah, y'all's family, when you show up, has been such a blessing to us. I tell the story all the time, because y'all all come out. A lot of times at the blood drive, you wear different color shirts from all the different years.
All the years.
And so I use y'all as an example all the time. It's really cool when we get people to come to that blood drive for the reason that we do it, but then also they donate after and keep it going and paying it forward, and it encourages others and stuff. So I really appreciate you and your family always being a part of that.
Thank you. And I've been meaning to post about it, because if you have the blood donor app, one thing that I've really enjoyed from donating is it tells you where your blood goes.
Oh, I love the blood journey.
Yes. Yeah. And, it tells you step by step. And although I don't know who it's going to, I know that it's going to a hospital where I think my last blood that I donated went to Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's been to Alabama.
Yeah.
It's obviously been in Tennessee. And it's just neat to know that it's going to facilities that are helping people.
Yeah. I love that because it tells you, like, I had one time that it said, like, oh, your blood was received at Vanderbilt Hospital or St. Thomas in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
And then I have people that call me with little stories. Like 2 weeks after the blood drive this year, I had a real estate agent that had donated for the first time, and she was talking about someone who had an accident at her church, a young boy, and that he had received, he was going to make it. They had to amputate a leg, I believe. But I think he received 90 units of blood while he was in the hospital. And she's like, there's a really good chance mine or some of the blood that y'all collected at that blood drive went to save his life.
Exactly.
And she was just like, it was such an eye-opening experience to go, wow, because she had not known anybody that needed that much blood before. And we talk about the needs so desperate. So it was really cool. So it's people like you that show up at that make a huge difference.
Well, thanks. I'm glad that you do it. It's honestly a great thing.
Absolutely. So if somebody wants to reach out to you and needs real estate services of any kind, what's the best way to reach you?
Phone call or text
probably
would be best. 615-489-0260.
Okay. Yeah. We'll put that up on the screen and in the comments as well. And so thank you for being here so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jamie.
All right, guys, reach out to Kasie if you need anything. She's a great resource in our community. She's got some investors that she works with, so she'll know about properties that are coming up. So reach out anytime, ask her any questions about the market, real estate, values, and all that kind of stuff. We'll see you next time.